Donnie, owner founder of RIP Paranormal Investigations. Welcome tonight. This is our second episode. We're actually at the old 1860 to early 1900s logging mill site. We're actually where the cabins once stood. The log I'm sitting on was where two cabins originally stood. We're going to do a little something different tonight. Tonight I'd like to call out my wife that's with me. If Randy could come out. Hi.
Hi.
So this is my wife Randy. She's one of my investigators, but kind of shy to be on TV, so you won't be seeing much of her on my episodes. Randy, how long have you been investigating?
I started investigating right after we got married. About 4 years now.
About 4 years. So I'd just like to let the TV audience know that we do have a female with us tonight, but she's not really going to be on camera. She's not investigating or anything tonight. She's going to be sitting back in the chair actually watching us. Yeah, so just want to welcome you to the show. First time on television with me. We do got my investigator Ryan here with me tonight that's going to be investigating with me. But it should be a fun investigation. What do you think?
Yes, there should be lots of. You should be able to hear lots of stuff here. Yeah, have fun.
All right. Okay, well, I'll let you go take a seat, and I'll have my investigator Ryan come out and join me out here now. What's up, buddy?
What's up, brother?
How's it going?
Hey, after last night, man, I think tonight's gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah, got to tell the viewers, man, that we're setting up again in dark and already hearing branches break out here again, and a shadow figure up the road. All three of us seen that.
Yeah.
And when you were actually doing your thing back behind the camera and stuff, I let people know that we got a female with us tonight. My wife's here with us.
Yep.
Yeah, so man, the site's just awesome here, man. Just looking at these old logs that it's been here for 5 years, the owner told me.
Yeah, these are some mighty big logs, I must say. Probably some of the biggest I've ever seen.
Yeah, just remember, Ryan, when we're out here walking around at night, if we hear like a tumble, make sure you ain't standing in front of these big logs because they will crush you.
Right? Especially since there's a hillside over there.
I think they're a little bigger than you.
Yeah, anyways. No, I'm looking forward to tonight, especially like I said after last night, man. I mean, we're probably a good, I'd say 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from the last site we're at. Now, real quick, I know you were telling me earlier, kind of like how you were explaining last night. Why don't you tell them real quick just a little bit of the history of this particular area right here?
Yeah, I told him a little bit about it before I called my wife up. I don't think you know much about it, so I'll go ahead and tell you what this was. The place we're sitting at was actually where the not the log cabins, but the loggers' cabins were.
Okay.
The big logs behind us, there's actually 2 cabins behind us, and straight across out in front of us is where 4 cabins actually, or 4 logging cabins actually, sat.
Now, are they still standing, or?
No, they've been removed, but the owner did tell me that there is some foundation. You can see where the foundations of the old loggers' cabins were.
Nice.
He did give me some of the stuff when he's up here cutting late at night, stuff that he's heard. Once again, he told me he's heard several times walking when he's the only one out here. And how he described to me today when I was talking to him, because I met with him this morning, he goes, what he's hearing was the same exact thing I was hearing last night. He goes, it's old cork boots walking on rocks, and you can hear the clanking of the rocks when the metal corks hit it. So he goes, be listening for the walking, which we've already experienced some walking out here when we were setting up.
Gotcha.
Once again, he's seen shadows move across the road, both directions, up the main road, the side road where the cabins were. He's seen shadows moving. Um, like last night, once again, we just have to warn the viewers that we are out in the forest,
Yeah.
and Oregon is known for their black bears and cougars. So that's something we got to be alert of. If we hear the crashing, we got to take time to stop, shine our flashlights to make sure it's not no animal back there.
Yep.
And if it's no animal, but there's a crash, and then let's go to the spot and investigate it, see why the crash was there or the braking.
No, for sure, for sure. So real quick, I'm just kind of, just to refresh my memory. Now, cork boots, those are the ones that are like, the old-fashioned work boots that have the little like metal like spikes in them, right? Almost like cleats.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
metal spike-looking cleat things. They usually run 25 to 30 of them on their boots.
Okay.
What a cork boot is for loggers is like when choker setters go down the side of a hill, they got their cork boots on so they don't slip and slide going down. If you're like wearing tennis shoes and stuff,
Yeah.
the corks actually help you walk down the side of the hill.
Okay.
Like
Well, that does explain the loud kind of crunching that we heard last night. Then
yeah,
I mean, because it did kind of sound almost like somebody wearing cleats walking along the road. So that's good to know.
yeah, and just like this area, once again, I'd like to thank the loggers that lived here on the site we're on right now,
I know, man.
for putting their life in danger, doing what they do to risk, to make a paycheck.
No, absolutely. I mean,
They-
America. I mean, we wouldn't be anything without paper products and logs and trees and homes, paper, the money that we have. I mean,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff, man. So thank you, loggers.
Yeah, and once again, like the outdoor locations is my favorite spot to investigate. I mean, I've been loving these last 2 days.
I know,
And
right?
We're only at day number 2 of this. We got a couple more days left of filming up here.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be a blast. I mean, too bad the camera couldn't pick it up, but I mean, if you just look up, I mean, we're surrounded by stars just everywhere you look. I mean,
Yeah.
I love nature, man. I tell you what.
And to let the TV viewers know, we do got motion sensors set up already. They're up the roadways. We got one crossing the road in case if anything comes down, it's going to break that beam and make our chime. And we do got another motion sensor down the roadways.
Yep.
So if that beam breaks, then we can tell which motion sensor is going off.
Yeah.
Man, I say we just let's get this night rolling, man. Let's take a break and get our equipment and
Yeah, one other thing I wanted to mention, speaking of motion sensors, the crazy thing last night, guys, and I swear this really happened, but when we were done shooting and Donnie was taking everything down, come to find out, 2 of the 3 sensors that we had set up, we had, 3 pairs, 2 of those pairs were actually physically turned off, which is really crazy. I've never seen that happen before. So something physically turned them off. So I hope we get a little repeat of that tonight too. That'd be really cool, man.
yeah, I do too.
All right, well, yeah, let's take our break, get set up, grab a gear, and let's get going.
All right. Hey, we're back. We're gonna start out with a little EVP session. We got the REM pod next to me. We got the K2 next to Ryan. If there's anything out here, that want to come and communicate with us, just come up and touch one of the pieces of equipment and the light lights up or make some kind of noise for us. And I will be recording with our digital recorder, so if you want to speak to us, you can come speak loud and clearly into this so we can hear you. You ready to start some EVP?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right. Hello, my name's Donnie.
And I'm Ryan.
We're just out here to hang out with you guys for a while and get to know you. We ain't here to ask you to leave. We ain't here to harm you. Like I was saying earlier, if you are here, come up speak into the recorder so we can hear you. Or you can come or touch one of these pieces of equipment next to us and make the lights go off on the gray one. On the red one over here, if you touch it, come up close to it, it'll make a noise for you that sounds like this. The closer you get, the louder it's going to go for us and light up all the lights. So, yeah. Anyways, can you tell us your name? Can you tell us if you're male or female? Can you tell us how old you are? Did you work out here?
So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it sounds like you can hear creaking and footsteps behind us.
If that's you that's behind us, can you make some kind of loud crash or come up and actually touch one of our pieces of equipment up here so we know it's you? Did you live up here? Did you die up here? If that's you behind us, can you come out closer to us or in front of us? Can you tell us what year it is?
Can you tell us how many of you there are here? Is there more than one of you?
Okay, I'm gonna stand up and check something really quick. Ryan, would you take care of that?
Yeah.
Hello? Alright, if you just want to go ahead and keep EVPing, I'm going to walk up a little bit so I can see behind these logs.
Alright.
there's nothing back there.
I know, but I keep hearing like what sounds like actual solid footsteps, not just like a possible animal, but I mean like solid actual footsteps.
And the crazy thing is, the further back you get, the louder they are.
Really?
And what's behind these logs, just so the camera viewers know, behind these logs is actually a cliff. It's straight down. So it's either somebody walking up that side of that hill, or they're walking the road. Now, whatever's walking this road, if you can actually go through our motion sensor up there to cut that beam in half to make the chimes go off, we'd really appreciate it.
Right there again.
Can you come closer and cut the beams off for us? You can come up and touch something up here and make something go off next to us. And like last night, once again, don't knock him out, but if you want to throw something, you can throw it at Ryan. He likes getting stuff thrown at him. I'll make sure I duck if something comes flying, okay?
Gee, thanks.
The TV viewers have to know. Me and Ryan's been friends for a while, and I always pick on him. He picks on me.
That's true.
But whenever we're out investigating, it's like, you know the old saying, Ryan, come on. Trip the fat guy and make sure you can take off running faster and you can get back up.
I always gotta make a fat guy joke.
We got something to laugh about, bro. Come on.
Right?
All right. Why don't you go ahead and end that EVP session? We're gonna try to figure out what this crashing, braking sound is behind us. The flashlight I got is really not. It's only like a 9 LED. But I think I'm going to grab the bigger one so we can actually light it up down there and see, just to make sure it's not some kind of animal trying to work its way up like a elk or something.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Pretty much for our protection, we'll make sure it's not a cougar or bear, but maybe the viewers would actually like to see some kind of gruesome stuff like that. Oh, look, Ryan's getting ate by a bear.
I don't think so.
I know, I'm just joking. All right. We'll be right back. We're going to grab some other stuff and actually check to see what's going on down behind us.
Now, one thing I do want to note is, I don't know if you picked it up at home, but when we were doing the EVP session, again, EVP stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon. Now, whenever you can visibly hear a noise that you or someone with you is making, like when Donnie was walking up the streets, you always want to make sure you tag it. That way when you go back and do evidence review later, someone that wasn't there per se, doesn't listen to it and be like, oh man, did you hear that crunching? Well, yeah, that was just Donnie walking up the road. But if I sit there and say, that's Donnie walking up the road, they'll know, and that way it doesn't present false evidence.
And since you're talking about EVP, let me bring something else up. For the viewers, you hear me ask questions such as, are you male or female? And then I take that long pause.
Yeah.
It's not because I ran out of questions to ask. It's because we got to pause to give the spirit time to actually come up and to be able to get their energy to speak into our recorders. So that's why I kind of take that long pause during my questions. It's not that I'm here trying to think of what to say to them. It's that we need to take that pause to give the spirit time to actually answer us. Or if we ask it to do something, get enough energy that it can come up and touch like the Harim pod.
Yep.
Or the K2 to actually light it up.
Yeah, no, good call out, man. That's definitely good.
Yeah, I forgot to mention it last night's episode that I didn't want to think that we just like run out of stuff to ask them. So I thought I'd better bring it up tonight in this episode that that's why we take that long pause to let them communicate back to us.
No, that's good to know because, some of our viewers might want to try this at home. So that's definitely a little good tip. So, all right, guys, like Donnie said, we're going to take a quick little break to go do some off-camera investigating to see what that noise is, and we'll be back.
All right, we're back. We actually looked down there, and we couldn't see anything. So, as for me, and as for Ryan, we ain't saying it's paranormal. It's unexplained what the braking is, crashing back behind us is. Like I said, we took the bigger flashlight, looked down, didn't see anything. So we're actually gonna try a ghost box session here, and I actually brought out my EMF meter so I could see if we're getting any kind of EMFs. And I did happen to bring out the Obelisk 3 that we can try. Do you want to run the ghost box and the Obelisk 3 at the same time?
I honestly think it's going to be a little hard with the ghost box going to hear the obelisk. I mean, we could try, but I think it might be a little hard to pick up. But I'll leave that up to you.
Let's just go ahead and try the ghost box. Just so the TV viewers know, as we're sitting here right now, we're at a steady 0.1. There is some fluctuation to like a 0.3, but I am going to have this on. Once again, we like to tell the viewers, there is no overhead power lines above us. There's no electricity out here.
Nope.
We are out in the middle of nowheres. So
if he does trip me and I do get hurt, I'm on my own.
For me, since I'm going to be working my EMF over here,
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to say nothing because I want it to actually bounce up to like a 0.5 or higher.
Okay.
If something's here.
Okay.
And while you're doing the ghost box session, if it bounces to 0.5 or higher, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But I'm hoping it does, and I'm hoping that when you're doing that, something comes up and actually touches one of these to make them go off.
Mhm.
So, yeah, why don't we start?
Sounds good. Let me turn everything on.
Just to note, my flashlight is going to be on so I can read my numbers because I don't got no backlight on this thing.
Okay. Hello, my name is Ryan. This is Donnie. Is there anybody here that would like to speak to us? We couldn't quite hear that. Is there anybody that would like to speak to us?
Hi.
So, hello? Can you tell us your name? Can you tell us your name, please? Can you repeat your name one more time?
I couldn't make that out.
What?
I couldn't make that out.
Yeah, I can. Hello, we couldn't quite make out what you were saying. Can you repeat your name a little slower? Did you say Ted? How many of you are there here? Did you say 10? Okay, I keep hearing a lady's voice. Did you say there's 10 of you here?
To me, it sounds like it's saying 10.
Yeah, I'm hearing a 10 too. Were you loggers? Are you the ones making the noise behind us? Did you used to live here?
Just to let you know, Ryan, when you asked, did you live here, it actually went up to 0.6.
I couldn't quite hear your answer. Did you used to live here? Did you work here?
I heard a yeah, and it was also at a 0.6 again.
Can you tell us what you did here? Can you tell us what year you died? Okay. Can you tell us who the president is? All right, I'm gonna try a different frequency, guys. Maybe see if I can't get some more clear answers. Is there anybody here that would like to speak to us? Hello? Is there anybody here that would like to speak to us? All right, you want to try the obvious?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Goodbye.
All right, why don't you go ahead and explain what the obvious is again?
Alright, guys, so for those of you that didn't watch our intro episode where we went over all the equipment, what the Ovilus is it's kind of like the spirit box or the ghost box, except rather than scanning radio stations at, tens and dozens of stations per millisecond, the Ovilus has a bunch of words that are already pre-programmed into it. And what it does is it allows the spirit to manifest its energy for what it wants to say, and then it'll say a word. Now, it only says one word at a time, but there has been times where we've got it to say multiple words very quickly. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and turn it on and see if maybe we can't get some other answers from that.
And I just like to say, whenever I use the Ovilus, I actually look for words that has to do with where we're at.
Well, of course.
So, I mean, if it pops up logger, then I know it to be true then, because we're sitting in a logging camp.
Well, of course.
But just like if it starts throwing up random words, I'm like, okay, it's either malfunctioning or something.
Gotcha.
Just so they know how I believe in the Ovilus.
No, I'm the same way.
Is there anybody here with us? Can you tell us where we're at? Feel free to come up and speak to us through this. Okay, what does the letter D, what are you trying to tell us? Yeah, just so the viewers know that there's some more crashing behind us, like branches breaking and stuff.
And it's been quiet up until now, so. Can you tell us what the letter D means? More footsteps behind us. That's it, 15.
15. If that is you behind us, can you come either touch one of the equipments next to us, use the box I'm holding, or can you go break one of our beams on the motion sensors up there and walk down towards us?
Please.
Thank you.
What did that say?
Yeah, it said worm.
Worm. Are you trying to worm your way up the hill? tell us your name, perchance?
If that was you behind us, could you break something again?
What'd that say?
Africa.
How about that one?
Metal. Can you please tell us your name? It said should.
Are you asking if you should? What was that?
Oh, it sounds like to me. It sounds like footsteps behind us again.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody's steadily walking up the hill.
I just
What's it saying?
just told us to exurb. Okay, so we're exurbing. If you're here, can you kindly walk past one of our motion sensors to set it off? You see anything back there?
However, when I first went to shine my flashlight back there, my flashlight with brand new batteries actually started flicking out almost like it was dying.
Then when you come sit, then there's breaking back there again.
I know, it's weird. There's nothing back there except for a hill. Plane overhead.
Are you still here with us? So I just came up with Victor.
Trimester?
Disaster.
Disaster? Is your name Victor?
Shut up. Yeah, so the obvious stories get it sometimes, but sometimes I just think weird things of it. Like Pluto and all that stuff popped up. I say take a little break and bring out some more stuff. Let's try something different. Maybe we can take this REM pod and stuff and set up behind the bigger logs back where we're hearing that crash and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe the spirit's camera shy or something.
Yeah, I know for sure.
So let's try that. Set stuff up behind us. Once again, I'm gonna leave the digital recorder running next to this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So maybe if it is shy, it'll speak in behind us.
Yeah, no, let's do that. I think we just leave the digital recorder going by itself and the REM pod and the K2 and see if we can't get something when we're not quite around.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright guys, we'll be right back.
Alright, so we actually moved our equipment back to the furthest log where we're hearing noises. We do have a EVP machine running, so the spirits want to come and speak into it while we ain't out here. They can come up and actually talk into it, or they can touch one of the piece of equipment up there. We got the REM pod, the K2. So if there's any spirits out here wants to have your fame time, now's a chance where you guys come up and play with the equipment out there, speak into the recorder. We'd really appreciate it. We thank you for it. Uh, if you want to break branches down below again, we can catch it on the digital recorder. All right. Have fun with the stuff. And don't forget about the motion sensors up there. All you gotta do is walk down the road and you can set the chime off when it breaks the beam, and we know you're walking down and touch one of the equipments or talking to the digital recorder. Alright, well, it's getting late, so when we got lots of EVPs we got to go over and stuff for this investigation we just got done doing.
Yeah, for sure, man.
How do you think it went?
You know, I thought the other episode was good, but honestly, this one, man, all the unexplained footsteps and the cracking and the creaking and things we heard, man, I don't know if I've heard that much activity in one spot in quite a while. So I think it went really well. I just hope we caught something on EVP.
Yeah, I hope we did too. Interesting night.
Very interesting. I'd actually like to come back here and investigate a little more another time.
Yeah.
Maybe even set up some of our like trail cams and whatnot.
Yeah, especially facing down that hill, see if we can't pick up something.
Yeah, that's just bizarre. I mean, if you guys could see it, I mean, it's a pretty steep cliff that, I mean, even an animal would have a darn time trying to climb up it. And it's all thick brush and trees too that have fallen, so yeah, it's very bizarre. Well, what do you think, brother?
Yeah, I say we wrap it up and pick up the equipment and go get some rest and go over the evidence stuff.
All right. Well, I just want to say, thank you guys for watching and tuning in and following along. And like Donnie says, once we go over all the evidence and, if we do find anything, we'll be sure to put it on film. That way, like I said, you guys can judge. And also, like we said, I mean, if you guys have a place that you want us to come investigate or you've always wanted to investigate, don't hesitate to give us a call and we'll come out and do an investigation, maybe even put it on TV. Call us at 503-508-1344. Anything else you want to add, brother man?
No, just once again, like to thank the property owner for having us up here,
Oh yeah, for
for
sure.
actually dealing with us for a week
Right.
to investigate his land, but
Letting us camp
it's
out.
well
here.
worth it.
No, it's well worth it.
I'd just really like to thank our sponsors once again, especially Northwest Extreme Truck Racing for actually supplying us with gas to get up to these locations.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the gas money be coming up this far to investigate this kind of stuff.
No, for sure. Most
So
definitely.
big thanks goes out to Northwest Extreme Truck Racing.
Yeah,
and-
absolutely. Thank you.
And Jim down at Classic Auto in Staten. Thanks for his help too for getting us out here.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Well, until next time, guys. Have a good night.